Nadia from Infinity Yoga by Lulu, and I am so glad that you're here today to practice some yoga together. So let's take a moment here and grab anything that you find that will be supportive for your practice today. That can be a block, a bolster, some straps, a towel, anything that you might need. So take a moment if you would like, grab your things, and we can meet on the mat. If you're ready, we're going to be standing up at the beginning of our practice. So if you're ready, let's shake our arms out. Get a little blood pumping here. You can shake out our legs and our arms together. Get some blood flowing. Swing your arms from side to side. Just a couple of times here without any expectations. Just get the body moving. That's all we want right now. All right. So if you're ready, we're going to begin at the top of the mat. You can go there. I'll stay here with the purpose of you being able to see what is happening with my body. So together, let's take a deep inhale. Bring your arms overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands down to the ground. And here you can bend your knees, allowing your hands to come further down closer to the mat, allowing your head to fall heavy towards the ground. We don't want to be looking anywhere else, just allowing your head to be heavy here. Letting all the tightness or any tension that you have in your shoulders or your neck just to be released through your arms, through your fingertips onto the ground. Let's take a deep breath in, exhale out. Let's roll our spine all the way up. Gently and slowly, making sure you don't get dizzy here. Sometimes that might happen when you raise your head. So take a moment to adjust. Your feet are going to be hip distance apart, palms facing forward. And we're going to do that same thing a couple of times just to warm up the spine. So you know what to expect, okay? So together, let's inhale, sweep your arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. You can support your hands on your shins. Exhale, release your hands to the ground. Allow your head to be heavy. And perhaps here, you might consider rocking yourself slightly forward and back, exploring where your balance is in your feet, so you learn where it is that you need to distribute your weight throughout your practice. It's just something for you to bring awareness to. And let's round the spine gently. And your chin and your head is going to be the last thing to come up. Excellent. One more time. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Keeping that generous bend in your knees. Perhaps we alternate bending slightly, one knee at a time, which means you're going to be shifting your weight from side to side now instead of forward and back as before. Noticing what this does for you today, just for awareness, nothing else. That might feel nice also in the glutes, in your hamstrings, lower back. And we're going to roll one more time gently all the way up. Palms facing forward. Gaze is the last thing to come up. Excellent. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, and we're going to take our feet back and release your knees down to the ground, and we're going to transition into a tabletop position. Make sure you have a nice alignment between your wrists, your shoulders, your knees, and your hips. Your toes can be tucked under, or you can press the tops of your feet to the ground, whichever one feels best, or you can explore doing both. We're going to inhale to arch your back. And we're going to exhale to round the spine, push it up towards the sky. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to round the spine. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale to round. 1 last time. Inhale. And exhale out. We're going to take our knees slightly further apart or as wide as the mat. And we're going to take our hips back onto our heels. Our hands are going to be further forward, and you're going to allow your forehead to come down towards the mat. Or you can place a block underneath your forehead if that feels best for you. And here we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. And we're going to exhale out, releasing any tension in between the shoulder blades, opening up the heart, pressing through the hands. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale, take a deep breath in, and exhale out. 1 last time, take a deep breath. Exhale, we're going to walk both hands towards the right edge of the mat. You can place left hand over the right for a gentle side stretch here for the left side of your torso. Finding that space and room for breath. We're going to stay here for 2 more breath cycles. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling out. 1 last time together. Inhale. Exhale out. Gently come back to center. And we're going to take it to the other side. Left hand down and the right hand comes on top of the right. And we're going to feel that nice shift of the lengthening of the right side of the torso now. Okay, bring your forehead down towards the mat. Connect with your breath and your body as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale out. Allow your mind to slow down and stay connected to the present moment. Together 1 last time. Inhale. And exhale out. Bring both hands back to center. We're going to transition back into tabletop position. You can shorten the stance of your knees here. Tuck your toes under. We're going to take our hips up and back into our first downward dog. And just as the beginning of the practice, I always want you to be generous with your knees here and bend them. Give yourself that space to explore and time for your body to warm up throughout the practice and to find flexibility. But just because it's the beginning of the practice, we might not feel as stretchy perhaps. So give yourself that time and space in this moment, okay? Excellent. Gently begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Upward salute. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Excellent. And I want us to do that a couple more times. And that will be part of our sun salutation. And that's fundamental and so good to warm up our body just in general. And in preparation for those poses that require a little bit more heat in the body. So we avoid any potential injury. Not that you're going to injure yourself, but just as a precaution. Okay? Together, let's come to the top of the mat. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring your hands down, take your feet back. Into tabletop position, arching your back. Exhale to round the spine 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes under, take your hips up and back, downward dog. This time, perhaps we bend both knees at the same time and stretch them out together.
We're going to do that 2 more times here. Excellent. And we're going to walk our feet back towards our hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, hands together and down to heart center. We're going to do that 1 more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring your hands down, take your feet back. You can hold here just for a breath or 2 and release your knees down. Inhale, arching your back. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale to round. 1 last time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, tuck your toes under, hips up and back, downward dog. Here we're going to do a couple of heel pumps, which is going to feel nice for the hamstrings and for your calf muscles and perhaps your feet as well. So we're going to coordinate the breath and the movement. We're going to inhale to raise your heels up. Exhale to release down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale down 1 last time. Inhale up. Exhale, gently release the heels down. And take a moment here just to make sure that you have the weight of your hands and your feet well distributed. That you're finding space in between your shoulders and your ears. And your gaze is looking back without any tension here. And this time we're going to walk our hands towards our feet, changing it up a little bit here. And here we're going to begin a forward fold, and we're going to take a rag doll. We're going to take our opposite elbows, and we're going to swing from side to side, allowing your head to be heavy and to keep the full contact of your feet down on the ground. Perhaps you bend your knees to give a little bit more space if you feel still a little bit of tightness. And release your hands down. And here we're going to change it up. We're going to take here a chair pose. Swing your arms forward, taking your hips back. Taking a deep breath in here, engaging your lower abdomen. Your little tail is not going to be sticking out. Slightly tucked in, long spine. Exhale, pressing through your feet up into mountain pose, palms facing forward. So, just because we're at the back of the mat doesn't mean we can start here. So, together, inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, we're going to walk our hands towards the top of the mat. And here, let's hold for 2 breaths, our plank. Breathing in. Exhale out. 1 last time. Inhale. Exhale out. Release your knees down towards the ground. We're going to take gentle circles here with our hips, taking it around and towards the back. A gentle release for the lower back. All of this, as we begin to warm up a little bit more, we might feel a little bit more space in our own body. But we need to take some time and be patient. Let's change the directions of the circles to the opposite side. Excellent. We're going to do something slightly different. I want you to walk your hands back towards your feet, and we're going to sit on our heels. And you're going to think, well, what is this all about? And basically, what I want you to focus is a little bit of work for your feet here. Stretch out the soles of your feet, the base of your toes. The flexibility or the mobility of your feet is also equally important. It's the base of your entire body. It's what holds you up the entire day. So we're going to dedicate just a little bit of time here just to stretch it out and notice how that feels. And if you're here and you would like to try something a little bit different, we can rock our weight slightly backwards. We're going to stay on our toes. Perhaps we bring our hands towards our knees. Find a little bit of balance. Keep a nice focal point in front of you. Engage your lower abdomen. Work on that nice core and structure. Excellent. Bring your hands down, and we're going to extend both of our legs into a forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, swing your arms forward. And hold here for 3 breaths. Engage your lower abdomen and feel that nice fire in your thighs here. One last breath. And press through the heels and extend your legs into mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, swing your arms overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down and walk them forward. Take a moment here. Take 2 to 3 breaths. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling out. One last breath together. And release your knees down. And here's an alternative. We can do a supported plank, bring our chest entirely all the way down. Or we can also do a knees, chest, chin, a variation, and then transition into a cobra if you would like. And here's an example of what I refer to with knees, chest, chin. And that gives you a nice preparation to transition into a cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under and downward dog. Inhale, extend the right foot up and back, a 3-legged dog. Perhaps you open up your hips slightly. Taking a deep breath in, exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Adjust your stance if you would like. And from here, we're going to extend the right knee and gently come forward. We're in a runner's lunge. And we're going to extend the right knee and bring it back. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, exhale to extend. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, extend the right leg. One last time. Exhale out. Take a moment here. Without any expectation, if your knee does not completely straighten out, that's okay. There's no problem. Acknowledge where you are today. And with that acceptance, every time that we come to practice, we put that intention forward. Whether it's to focus on our flexibility, if it's going to focus on calming the mind, working on the breath, or maybe everything together. Bend your knee, and let's take that right foot back into a downward dog. Take a moment here to pedal out your feet one at a time. Even things out a little bit. And we're going to extend the left foot up and back. Downward dog here, or 3-legged dog. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Take a deep breath in, exhale out, step the left foot forward in between your hands. Runner's lunge here. Taking a moment if you need to adjust your back foot or your stance. Inhale, exhale out, extend the left knee. Inhale forward, exhale out. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, Exhale out. Last time, we're going to hold it here for just a little bit longer. Take a moment here just to adjust yourself. And take 3 breaths. And with each breath, can you soften the edges of your body? Can you soften your breath? Can you take a deeper breath? Can you find a little bit more space for yourself? Excellent. Bend your knees slightly. And we're going to take that left foot back into a downward dog. Together, let's come forward into a plank. And we're going to do a slight chaturanga. Coming all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, take your hips back into child's pose or wisdom pose. And here I would like you to bring your hands together into like prayer. And we're going to bring those fingers to point up to the sky. And we're going to place the big thumbs on the back or the base of your neck. And allow your chest to open, to soften the shoulders in between the shoulder blades. Taking a deep breath in, exhale out. Inhale and exhale. One last time, inhale, exhale out, release your hands down, come forward. And we're going to bring both, we're going to do a wide leg here. We're going to point our toes up to the sky. Make sure that it's a comfortable position here for you, that you're not overdoing it and stretching. We can, as we go into the posture and walk our hands forward and connect to our breath, we're going to find a little bit more space each time as we exhale out to find a little bit more length in the posture. But take time, have patience with yourself. So we're going to take a deep breath in to lengthen the spine and exhale out, reach your hands forward. We're looking to have a nice long spine here without rounding, because that gives us a nice position of our hips as well. And that gives us also a nice indication of what's happening with our hip mobility and how our hamstrings are doing. So let's focus here on taking a deep breath in. If you would like to, you can close your eyes. We're going to take 4 to 5 breaths here. Inhale and exhale out. Soften your legs. Breathing into that space of tightness or tension in the hamstrings, maybe in the back of your knees, maybe in the back of your calves. Take a deep breath in, exhale out. Notice if you can bring your hands slightly more forward, or you can come down towards your forearms. It all depends. And if not, and if you need to stay where you are, stay where you are. Just connect with your breath. And notice what happens every time you exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out gently. Walk your hands back up. Let's bring one foot in. And we're going to keep the one foot out. I'm bringing my left foot in, keeping the right foot out. I'm going to take my right hand and place it on the top of my left thigh. I'm going to reach my left arm overhead. Feeling a gentle stretch here. And a lengthening. An alternative. Nothing has to be with so much intensity that it brings so much pain. We can do things gradually and still see the benefits and the changes in our own body. Let's bring the right foot in, extend the left foot out. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh, reaching right arm overhead.
lengthening of the right side of the body, and making sure you still have that nice opening of your chest. You don't want to close yourself in. You want to keep that nice opening. Inhale and exhale out. Come back up. Bring both soles of your feet together into a butterfly. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently forward or fold over your feet. Something similar to what we were doing in our wide-legged forward fold. Slightly different. Acknowledge those differences. And notice if you have more space to fold forward. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling out. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. And perhaps if you feel like you find more space, then you want to explore coming further down or walking your hands further forward. That could be an option. If not, you can stay where you are. And gently come back up. We're going to take the right foot back, keep the left foot forward. Just a gentle 90-90 here of your legs. And as you inhale and you lengthen through the spine, you're just going to notice that automatically by doing this, you're going to have a nice stretch on the inside of your inner thigh, right thigh. And perhaps if you walk gently your hands over your left leg, you feel that nice gentle release like we do when we do pigeon pose, which this is a slight variation of pigeon pose. You bring your hands down towards the mat. If you want to stay up, you can stay up. Explore what works for you today. Take 2 to 3 more breaths. Feel that nice, gentler outer hip opener. Releasing the tension or the tightness of the hips. This can also cause a lot of tightness in your back. So give yourself that time during the day to stretch out. You can also give yourself that nice stretch and apply that same concept, almost doing a figure 4 if you're seated down in the desk or long hours in a flight. So we're going to do the same thing. We're switching on the other side, left foot back, right foot forward, creating that nice, almost 90-90 figure with 90 angle with your feet, your legs. The gentle release here for the left hip as you lengthen the spine. Once again, I think it's more important that you notice what causes discomfort and pain and know how to dial back to avoid injury. And as we progress together during our classes, you're going to find more space with time. So be very mindful of yourself and be kind with yourself at this time. And as we did on the other side, we're going to gently bring our hands down and lean over our right shin here. Feeling a nice hip opener on the right side of your body. It certainly feels really nice for me here. I feel like I personally store up a lot of tension in my hips, so these are some of my favorite moves for hip openers and to target my lower back release. And gently come back up. Let's bring both knees to point up to the sky. I'm going to change the position here for orientation of my body. Bring your hands towards the back, the soles of your feet down, and we're going to rock your knees from side to side. As you allow your knees to fall onto one side or the other, you might feel that nice release on the right outer hip or the left outer hip as you bring your knees towards the ground.
And perhaps your knees might not come all the way to the ground, and that's okay. Each body is so different from the other. So please know, don't compare yourself to anyone, even to yourself from one day to another, because our bodies can act so differently. Let's take it one more time on one side and then the next. Come back up, take it to the opposite side. Extend both knees up to the sky. We're going to roll onto our back. Actually, we're going to roll back and forth just a couple of times here. You can bring your hands to the back of your knees. I think this is actually kind of fun. Use a nice massage to your back. And then we're going to transition into our final resting posture or savasana. So let's do a little bit of rocking forward and back here, maybe 3 to 5 times. I'll let you decide. Rock your back and forward. And I invite you to perhaps not place your toes on the ground. You work on that balance, you work on that core. Work on that stability. And let's do that one more time, perhaps. And release down. Take a moment here to adjust yourself in space. Come all the way down. Palms facing up. Allow your feet to dial outwards. Allow yourself to completely relax here. Just take a moment to catch your breath. Take a moment to settle in. And take a moment to acknowledge how your body feels after bringing that movement today. Breathing in through your nose, filling up the belly, filling up the chest. Exhale out gently and softly through your mouth. Inhale together. Exhale out. One last time, inhale. We're going to exhale out with an audible sigh. Return to your own rhythm of breathing. Perhaps you'd like to rock your head from side to side. Wiggle your toes. Make circles with your ankles and your wrists. Perhaps you want to draw in both knees towards your chest. And if you're ready, roll onto one side and come to a seated posture. One deep breath in together. Exhale out. Bring your hands down towards your heart center. Bow down to yourself in gratitude for making space for yourself, for your self-care. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today.